So let's do a breakdown of the VASYL high-tech Lomachenko dissection and destruction of Luke Cambell.
Welcome to Real Life Boxing!
Blessed love and blessed day. Oh, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fighting. This is Real Life Boxing. Let's do a breakdown of the dissection and the destruction that VASYL Lomachenko performed on Luke Cambell. Hey, before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we are going live. Let's turn down the beats, as some of you guys have asked. Now you guys know I love, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, I love doing fight breakdowns. Now, I don't love talking about politics. I don't love talking about who's the A side and who's the B side. I don't love talking about which promotional company is the best. I don't love talking about that stuff. But what I do love to talk about is the actual act of boxing. And with VASYL Lomachenko, there's a lot going on in his fights. So I really enjoy breaking down his fights. Now, let's get into it. Usually I start with, the individual fighters. Today I'm gonna do this breakdown like in a whole, because I think that it was a joint effort. I say this because as boxing fans, we look at that fight and we say that was a good fight. That was a really good, entertaining fight. But me, also being an ex-fighter and a trainer now, I look at fights from a fan point of view, of course, and then I look at it from a trainer's point of view, a trainer from both sides, right? With VASYL Lomachenko, there's really not much to him. I think his dad is a great trainer for him, and his dad has done a great job with him. Really not much to critique on that side. Maybe just that he starts a little bit faster, and like I was telling Killer Kill yesterday, I think that he's me and Killer Kill were talking about how fighters have to be comfortable in there and such. I think Lomachenko at times is a little bit too comfortable, but let's get into it. Luke Cambell, and I see this with a lot of the fighters that VASYL Lomachenko fights. Pedraza, Linares did the same thing. Pedraza, like Luke Cambell, fought a great fight, but it seems like these guys are just happy with fighting and being able to compete with Lomachenko. I say that to say this. Salido is the only fighter that beat Lomachenko so far. And how did he beat Lomachenko? He didn't try to match skill with Lomachenko. He went in there and he imposed his size and his strength and the things that he does well. He imposed them on Lomachenko. That's why he was not only able to be successful and compete, but he was also able to get the victory. Whether you thought that Lomachenko won the fight or not, still he was able to get the victory. Now, I've seen no fighter since then fight VASYL Lomachenko this way. What I do see with these fighters is that they go in there and they try to match skill with VASYL Lomachenko. They go in there and, right off bat, it's already glamorized, and it's already said and set in stone that Vasily Lomachenko is well skilled, 2-time Olympian, over 300 amateur fights, so he's seasoned. I think that Luke Cambell fell into the same trap that every other fighter has fell into except for Salido, trying to match skill with Lomachenko, which is not going to happen. Another thing is that Lomachenko is extremely, extremely, extremely intelligent. He's an extremely intelligent fighter, with over 300 amateur fights and 2 Olympic gold medals. You would think so, right? He's extremely intelligent. He thinks in there. He doesn't just go in there and fight. He thinks, and he thinks the entire time. Hence, that's why he starts slow, okay? Now, into the breakdown. One of the issues that I had with Luke Cambell, if I was his trainer, now, Vasily, he starts slow. The first 3-4 rounds, he's slow because he's trying to read his opponent. He just doesn't go in there foolishly. He's trying to read his opponent, and he doesn't take any big risk, that's going to lead to a mistake unless you give him a good read, okay? So if you don't give him a good read within those first few rounds, then he's just going to be he's just going to be reading you and taking his time. And then by the 4th round, you tend to slow down, and then you tend to start doing things that's going to cause you to make mistakes. And that Lomachenko is very smart, and he waits and he capitalizes on them. So what I would have told Luke Cambell from the beginning of the fight is to impose his size. If Luke Cambell came out in the pre-fight and he said he thought he can hurt Lomachenko, right? But he never tried to impose his size. Now he hit Lomachenko with a sweeping wide hook. They're both southpaws. Yeah, hit Lomachenko with a sweeping wide left hook that caught Lomachenko on the top of the head. I think it was in the first round, but he never followed up. He was more parring with his punches, the same exact thing that Pedraza was doing, parring with his punches and throwing little pity-pat punches. When you can't fight Lomachenko like that, because Lomachenko is one of the few fighters in boxing that he actually gets better and he gets more dangerous as the fight goes on. This guy's tank is amazing. His air, his wind he did not show any signs of fatigue last night. He showed signs of fatigue against Pedraza, I believe, but he didn't show any signs of fatigue last night. Was in very, very, very good shape, and he is like a well-oiled engine. He gets better as the fight goes on, and he actually picks up momentum as the fight goes on. So Vasily Lomachenko, once he gets into his rhythm and he starts rolling, there's no slowing him down. You can hit him with whatever you want. He's so determined to get you out of there that he works towards that. And it doesn't matter what you hit him with, because we saw Luke Cambell hit him with some good shots last night. He hit Lomachenko with a few body shots that visibly hurt Lomachenko, and you can tell. But unlike Keith Thurman, and Sergey Kovalev, Lomachenko, he didn't back up when he got hit with those body shots. He may have initially bent over and you can tell like he didn't like it, but he doesn't stop backing up. He's still pushing forward. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what you hit this guy with. When it gets to the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round, it doesn't matter what you're hitting this guy with. If you let him get rolling, right, and you're not putting any you almost have to stop him before he gets going. So Luke Cambell, I feel like, should have imposed his will on Lomachenko. So at least once it gets to the middle rounds, you have Lomachenko still you want him to still be guessing. You know what I mean? Like Luke Campbell hit him with that first hard shot, and then Lomachenko stepped back and he went back to calculation, right? But Luke Campbell didn't step forward and didn't throw anything hard and significant after that. He was still trying to match skill, right? So if you let it get to like the 5th, 6th round and he's not, he stops trying to get reads and he's just full focused on, he's got all his reads and he's full focused on getting you out of there, you're in some deep, deep, deep trouble. And that's what I see with Lomachenko. You have to have him still reading by 6th, 7th round. And you can't gas out. You can't gas out. You got to be in excellent condition, because once Lomachenko, noticed that he hit Luke Campbell with a nice short left hand, I think it was in the 5th round, and that hurt Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell stepped back, and then Lomachenko hit him with some good body shots, and he noticed that those noticeably hurt Luke Campbell. See, once that happened, it was a wrap for Lomachenko. He's like, all right, I got this guy now. All I have to do is land my punches, and that's, what he does. If you don't keep him still guessing by the 6th, 7th round, it's a wrap. If he's already, kind of figured you out and he's now into full 100% offensive mode, it's a wrap. And that's why I say it was a dissection and a destruction, because first few rounds he dissected, he just waited, did his reads, and then once he got the one read that he needed and bap, and he seen what hurt Luke Campbell and what Luke Campbell didn't like, it was a complete destruction after that. So yeah. But for a fan-friendly fight, Luke Campbell stayed in there and remained tough and kept pushing, kept fighting. But like I said, once you let VASYL Lomachenko get rolling like that, it's like an NFL, letting a running back get a full head of steam. Like once he's like, you run that toss in the backfield and the running back is able to start pushing upfield before he's even out of the backfield, it's a wrap. It's hard to stop once he's already made that turn and he's heading upfield. So same thing with VASYL Lomachenko. Once he's made that initial read and he's decided to go forward, really, really, really hard to stop him. So I just think that Luke Campbell should have pressed him harder earlier in the fight and not try to match skills so much with VASYL Lomachenko. I think a lot of fighters fall into that trap, trying to match skill with him, and that seems like something that you're just not going to be able to do right now. So if you're stronger than him, if you're bigger than him, if you have a size advantage on him, you have to use it. You gotta impose your will on him, because one thing that I haven't mentioned in the whole video, I said he was smart, I said he was skilled and all that. Another thing is that he's a fighter and he's coming to fight. He throws people off with that nice guy appeal. You know what I mean? He's real soft spoken. He's he's smiling, real nice guy. He says slick stuff, but he can't speak English. So I think people kind of take him for a nice guy, but no. He's coming to fight and he's coming to hurt you. Okay? Once he gets in those later rounds, he's coming to hurt you. So I advise fighters fighting Lomachenko to get on the same page that he's on. Stop trying to match skill with him and impose your will. If you're a bigger fighter, if you have the reach advantage, if you feel like you're stronger, then go for it. You know what I'm saying? And go for it early. Just like Luke Campbell said that he felt like he could have hurt Lomachenko, then go for it, right? You stun him with the first shot, don't stop, go for it again. And then that's just what I feel. You can't try to match skill with this guy. You gotta impose your will on him. The things that you do good, you got to try to impose them on Lomachenko. That's my fight breakdown, and that's how I see it. Not really, broken down, punch for punch like I've done in the past, but to me, this fight was more of Luke Cambell maybe could have beat VASYL Lomachenko if he would have tried to impose his will on him earlier in the fight and really take it to Lomachenko. But looked like it was more of like a glorified sparring match for Lomachenko. I don't know if they're not trying to hurt Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think the way he comes off, his nice guy approach and everything, kind of throws people for a loop sometime. And fighters need to be like Salido, like fight Lomachenko like how Salido did. That's the blueprint for beating Lomachenko. And until fighters start to follow that blueprint, nobody's gonna beat this guy. He's an amazingly skilled fighter. I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Keep fighting your fight. Protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fire, and this is Real Life Boxing. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.